us today. I want to start with getting your reaction to what's going on in Ukraine. I mean, you, as we mentioned, are also a country that has had past ties with Russia and yet looks toward Europe for your future. What's your take on the events happening there, and what advice would you have for your Ukrainian officials tonight?
First of all, thank you very much for having me tonight, and gotta say that recently we have opened accession talks with EU, and I think that we made a lot of progress for Serbia. And of course, dare to say that we do work hardly, and we are doing our best to avoid all kind of unrests, all kind of riots and mutinies. We'll have to reform our economy, as you said, but we did a lot in the past, and in establishing rule of law, of course, we fought corruption and organized crime, and that's something that makes different between Serbia and all the others in the region, because people do believe in their government, people do believe in reforms, and I think that we'll carry on with those reforms. We'll have to do that with full power, and I'm absolutely certain that we'll be very successful in the future. We'll have to pass with new laws, with new bills, with civil servants, with labor law, with some other important laws. But I think that people see that we are struggling hardly, and we are doing our best to improve ordinary people's lives in Serbia. And of course, we do hope that our friends from Ukraine will overcome all the difficulties, but that's the reason why we do so much to achieve all the goals that we put in front of us, and to get closer to EU in the years to come.
Now, as you well know, it's very difficult when you're talking about making some of the reforms that you're facing. You having early elections, what makes you think you can succeed, especially when we're talking about something like labor reform, where the unions are very concerned that that is going to result in even higher numbers of jobless? How do you believe you can succeed in pushing through those reforms?
Actually, we have already succeeded to stabilize our economy. We declined the number of unemployed people, and I'm absolutely certain that with these reforms we can get more jobs for our people. We have already succeeded to bring some very important investors from the West, like Mercedes, Bosch, from East, like Etihad, Michelin from West as well. And I'm sure that creating better business environment, getting that labor law, getting these new laws will bring more investors and more interest for Serbia. And I have to say one more thing regarding your previous question. We have full political stability, which is very important for our region, for Serbia itself, for our people, and it provides us good chances to establish not only a rule of law, but to establish new rules for investment in Serbia. And I think that we'll bring some new laws for one-stop shop and construction permitting, and I'm absolutely certain that it will bring more investors to our country. And of course, we are deeply concerned about everything that is happening in our region, but I'm absolutely sure that Serbia will avoid that. Serbia is a very good place for investors, and I hope that investors will come in large numbers, and there is a good news for them. Of course, we are going to be very dedicated, very committed, even devoted to reach our goals to join EU in 2020. But we're going to provide some special incentives for all investors that would come to Serbia in next 2 years, which is great news for all of them that are interested in investing their money. And after all, I'm inviting you to come to Serbia and to see that terrific place.
Well, I appreciate the invitation. Deputy Prime Minister Aleksandar Vučić, thank you very much, and best of luck with your continued efforts at peaceful reform. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.